Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to dive into a key feature of Azure Storage, something that gives you full control over who get access to your storage resources. I'm talking about Shared Access Signature, or SAS. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to limit access to your Azure Storage account using SAS. A shared access signature is a URI that grants restricted access rights to Azure storage resources. It allows you to grant limited permission to containers, blob, tables, queues, and file share without exposing your account key. The cool thing is, with SAS, you can control who can have access, what they can do, when they can do it, and how long they have the access for. This makes it perfect for a scenario where you want temporary access without sharing your master credentials. There are two main types of SAS. The user delegate SAS. This is tied to your Azure Active Directory identity and gives a highest level of control. The second one is the service SAS. This allows you to specify granular permission directly on the resource without using the Azure Active Directory. For example, you might want to allow someone to upload files to a block container, but restrict them from deleting or modifying other files. Or you could generate a read-only link that expires after a certain time. So that's exactly what we're going to create in this scenario. All right, so I hope you understand what this SAS does and what it gives you. So let's get on to the portal and let's set one up. All right, let's do it. So now in the portal, we've got a few resources that we need to consider. So we need a storage account, and also we need a virtual machine for this specific demo. So I've already set up a virtual machine, which we're going to use for the demo. For the storage account, we're going to set it up now. So to do that, let's simply go into the set section and search for storage account, and then click on create. And then make sure you set up your subscription. For the resource group, you select the resource group you want to use, or you can create a new one. Then you can give your storage account a name. So I'll name this one as Coffee Store 123. For the region, I'll leave it as UK South. But for the performance, I'll leave it as standard. And then for redundancy too, I'll leave it as the default of your redundancy storage. Right, so then proceed to click on review and create. Once the review is done successfully, then we can simply click on create. Right, so the storage account has been deployed successfully. Let's go to the resource by clicking on go to resource. And once you're in a resource, on the left side, scroll down to data storage and click on containers. And we're going to create a brand new container. So I'll click on container at the top here and give the container a name. This is just a demo, so I'm just going to name this as demo container. And you can proceed to click on create. Once you create your container, you can go inside and then upload files. So I'm just going to click on upload, and then I'm going to drop in two new files here. So these are the files that we're going to give access to people or employees or customers who have access to it, but we're going to restrict it using the SAS. So to do that, I'm just going to grab two files from my computer. All right, so I'll drag the files in here and then click on upload. So the files have been uploaded successfully, so we can then proceed to enable access to these files. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're just going to click on the storage account we created. So click on the storage account. Once you're back into the main storage account, scroll to the bottom under settings, click on configuration, and then you just have to ensure that allow storage account key access is enabled. If it's disabled, set it to enable. Once you have that one out of the way, then we can now proceed to the security plus networking section. You will find the shared access signature. Click on it, and this is where you set up the permissions. So to do this, what we're going to do is we have to think about the least access privilege. So consider the things that the person or the people you want them access to these files, what they need and what they don't. So having that in mind, in this scenario, we don't need them to access files, queue, and table. We only need access to blob. And then for the storage type, for this, I will select everything. And now for allow permissions, I need them to be able to read the file, but not to write to it, not to delete it. I'm okay for them to list it, but not to add or create. And also the immutable storage URL can take those options out as well, right? I'll have the version enabled, that's fine. And this is the time duration. So this is the only time they have access to these files. When this time expires or this time's end, then their credential to access this file will also be revoked as well, right? So it's just 1 day. So proceed to the next sessions. So for allow protocols, I'll set it to HTTPS because I don't want no traffic to be plain text on the internet. So I'll leave it as plain text, and then you can proceed to click on generate SAS and connection string. So that will generate the connection string we need. I'll copy it for now, but I'll leave this page up because if I move away from this page, that means I'll have to regenerate the key again. So I'm just going to open up a new tab. And now I'm just going to connect to my VM. So I've got my VM here. So I'll click on the VM and then I can download the VM connection. So click on connect here, and then I should have the RDP download file here. Then I will save it. Then I can simply connect to it by double clicking it. Then click on next and then place in your file, your password. All right, so connection has been established. All right, so we've successfully logged into the PC. I'll click on yes to make my PC on the network, be seen on the network essentially. So I'll select yes, and then I'll close this one down, minimize this page here, and I'll click on Edge browser, and I need to configure the Edge browser as well. So I'll just quickly do this. Continue. And then browse. All right, so what we're going to do here is we need to install what we call the Azure Storage Explorer. So we need to download this by going to google.com, and then let me accept this. So once you're in Google, just search for Azure Storage Explorer. All right, so once you're in, select the second link here. So it's quite easy to find it. You see Azure Storage Explorer. Click on it. Once you're in that site, scroll to the bottom until you find download now. So keep going down. It should be somewhere in the middle here. There you go. So in here, you see the option to download Storage Explorer today. Click on download now and select your operating system. So I'm on Windows x64. So I'll click on that, and then it should download the file. Then proceed to click on it to install it. All right, so the installation has started. So I'll go with the recommended settings. Then agree on the terms and agreement, and then click on next to begin the installation. All right, so click on next, then next. And I think this will be the last session. All right, so installation has been done successfully. So let's launch the application. Okay. So we're going to attach a resource. So what we will do is let's minimize this page and then go back to our storage account where we generated a shared access signature. Then for the blob service SAS URL, click on copy again and go back to your VM. So in a VM, click on attach a resource. Then in here, select storage account or services. Then proceed to select shared access signature URL, and then click on next. Then place the URL you copied in here, and that should automatically populate the display name. Then proceed to click on next and then connect. So this will establish the connection successfully. As you can see at the bottom here, the connection has been established. When you click on this here, it should give you information about your storage and also the container. All right. So as you can see, this is the demo container. Once I click on it, it will show me the files that I have in this container. When I click on the file, I can open it. There you go. And then what I'll do is, if I attempt to delete it, I don't have permission. So if it should work fine, that means we should not have access to it. So it said it failed to delete. So that indicates I don't have the permission to do so. So that's how we can access your files here. And if this video helped you out and you enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.